Let me say this once and for all, because wherever I go, people being approached. But why sing for me a political party? Why sing for me a political party? You know, because they're concerned, opening bab, and there are those who just want to be part of the system. Bathola seat to parliament now, but join the team, as they say. If you can't beat them, join them. So for me, I'm not interested in political seats or parliamentary seats. When we first joined ezomzabalazo, besingabhekanga ukuthi one day sothola ama position. I remember 1984 when I joined the COSAS. I was still young, man. I was still young. And the following year, I was arrested for COSAS activities. I was 13 the following year. So, yeah, besingabhekanga ukuthi one day sifuna ungena kuma positions, but besifuna ukuthi sabo daki sibe free, senze lezi zinto lezi esifuna ukuzenza sabo daki, yabo. Unfortunately, yeah, we romanticized kakhulu ngama liberation parties because besingabazi base exile. We didn't know ukuthi hey, these guys are thugs. We didn't know that. No, abantu bebebazi yiba abangani babo Mangophe or Ramudike or Buthelezi, because they went to school together. So that's why they had no respect for these guys. But yeah, Tina, because we were young, we didn't know Mandela. I don't know Mandela before Rivonia trial. I don't know all these guys. I only know them, you know, ngamehlo enyama mase baphumile sihlala sifunda ngabo, senza ama slogans ngabo sibashouta. We didn't know what these guys are botsotsi, you know. Yeah, read the history of the ANC from 1912 to the 40s, where they've been pleading with bafuna ukuba a part of the British Empire, an African desk, because we now know that the ANC was formed by a group of elites, chiefs, doctors, you know, who were protesting. The Union of South Africa launched 1910 because they wanted to be part of that, a few elites who are gonna represent black people. As you know, that black people or commoners were not allowed to join the ANC, and women, they had to be represented by chiefs and all these elites that are still ruling today. So, angimangali if ANC ilento eyiyo namhlanje. They've killed their own in exile. Kunabantu abayijoyinile i-ANC njengathi besingazi. Cabanga ukuthi balwela abantu. Abanye abafethu bebabuza ukuthi hawu bafethu kanti solwanini? Bebabulawa. Babekwe lapha phambili, badutshulwa. Instructions from top leadership, because these guys were lootist from day one. So I was never surprised, even during the CODESA negotiations, where our deals were sealed and signed. And most people still believed that one day we'll be free economically. No, I've studied the CODESA negotiations, as in when it was happening, 1990, the road to CODESA, talks about talks, Pretoria minutes. I knew then that, yeah, we're heading for disaster. I've never voted, not once. Can never find my name in the IEC, because I knew that after CODESA comes the structural adjustment. Even though the ANC says they never took money from IMF, but they implemented the structural adjustment program, like downsizing, public sector, privatizing, like we've seen with Thabo Mbeki, breaking every structure. You know, he did everything that points towards structural adjustment. Maybe they didn't take the IMF money, but everything they privatized, because prior that, ANC was talking nationalization, socialism, like we've seen ngoMandela makabuya akhuluma nge-nationalization, then a gun bayibeka la ekhanda. Abo-Sanlam, they coined BEE. We had Abu Dikgang Moseneke as first beneficiaries, Nabontato Mutlana, Professor Mohanyeli. Yeah, the BEE, it was coined by big business to counter nationalization. It is easy for business to co-opt a few blacks than the majority blacks taking over their wealth. So the ANC was a traitor organization. And unfortunately for a black child, even those organizations that started well, like PAC, PCM, they become part of this system, or they became part of this system. PAC joined in CODESA, especially after Zef Mochuping died. We had traitors, like Petrusha Dilil, Makwethu, Benny Alexander, Dikgang Moseneke. They collapsed the PAC. It became something else, a mini ANC. Yeah. Therefore, I have never voted. I'm not going to vote because this system, it is corrupt. It needs a total overhaul. We need a revolution in this country. The voter from Diepsloot, KwaShobashobane, Duduza, Soweto, Mirafong, Polokwane, against multinationals, lobbyists. Do you think a person who Salam Kukwin in the shacks will win? This government is run by multinationals, lobbyists, people who influence policies at a higher level. The state is corrupt, judiciary, got judges who've got interest in these multinationals. You tell me, please call me, how did it happen that the guilty party was ordered by the Constitutional Court judges to go make a reasonable offer? Kuyafana nokuthi mos bangangithola guilty nge-rape, then bese bayangibuza ukuthi ngifuna ukwenza isigwebo esinjani. Obvious, ngizothi ngaphandle, suspended. Ngaphandle. Vodacom was guilty. They're supposed to bring an actuary laphaya, maybe on both parties, maybe nama actuary, then have a mediation, and then take the decision. The judges were supposed to take the decision after being informed by the calculations, but they ordered the guilty party to offer what is reasonable and fair. They're going to come and say two bob. But anyway, our country is doomed. The ANC, they've broken up anything and everything. Parastatals, Dinel, our army, I'm sure it's number last in Africa. It used to be top notch, the top 5 strongest armies in the world. That's why we don't have a border today. The coronavirus, isazosivithiza. Sengikhalela abantwana bethu ezikolweni, silimele la. Slimele. I can see now they want to bring people from China to here, and we don't have capacity. Instead of retaining those people there and sending in money or whatever. But anyway, that's a story for another day. We see it goes on the commission. Akuboshwa umuntu. The forfeiture unit is dormant. No one is arrested. Instead, they are arresting the whistleblowers. And you tell me, there is hope for this country. But as for elections, it just become part of the system, Doc. We've seen EFF. You remember when EFF they were contesting, they say, we're not going to eat parliamentary food. It's wastage. We're not going to use the parliamentary packs. Guess what's happening today? They're using all those things. The food, medical aid. They say, no, those things have been budgeted for. Otherwise, monies will go to waste. They said, Bona, 2014, no, parliamentarians, They earn enough money. They can afford their own medical aid. They can buy their food. They can do whatever, get their houses or bonds. Yeah, I wonder how many are still doing that. The whole system is corrupt. Even if we grant, they're corrupt. Here, Ekas, we need a yellow vest revolution. We need a revolution, a complete change. I don't know what's going to come after that, but we need a complete change, Baba. Like in Hong Kong. By a mere vote, you're never going to change this. You're never going to change this. You can't reform a corrupt system. There is a difference between reforms and revolution. Revolution, it's a complete change of the old and bringing in the new. So I don't have hope in the entire system. So forming a political party to be part, Yomkit, or part of a celebration, for me, it doesn't go down well. So, amajita mawelo amanye amafight ngawancedisa here and there. But as for me, taking a seat, wanting to be in parliament, that's not for me, dog. That's not for me, dog. I'm waiting for that time when people have had enough, of which for now, I don't think people are hardful enough in the ANC. ANC is still gonna rule. I see ANC winning 3 more elections comfortably. Me, if I still have energy, I'll always be in the street waiting for that moment when Babati like in Tunisia, Egypt. But in the ballot, we're going nowhere. And I know that the intelligence, they don't take well to my message. I know that they've contacted a couple of people, not one, not two. They always ask, we take, I know that. But I'm just telling it as I see. In this system as going, maybe we need anarchy. Anarchy. Nalaba bafihla imali kiyehle bobeka 2 million ifane nezimdola ivele be 5 cent moyibekele ePanama njengabo Cyril. And I like that because most of these African leaders, they steal money and put them offshore. They don't even have access to that money. They don't get that money. They tell them, listen, chief, we are shise country yakho. Solve into zakho, qala, before you access alo mali. The country also can't access that money because they're not signatories. Now ngapha ziyakudumela ama-legal charges. So that money is charged, like the monies in Switzerland, monies that belong to African states. People who deposited that money cannot access it. Go Charles Taylor, because if they are not fugitives, they are convicts. So they can't access that money. And their countries, they try to access that money, they are not signatories. That money is lost. So, but under the ANC, Bafet, you are going nowhere. These guys are breaking up anything and everything. These guys were corrupt from day one. We romanticized ngabo because besingabazi. Abantu bebabazi yibo Matanzi, Mosebe, Ogatsha, Omangophe, because bafunde nabo esikolweni thina besingabazi. Mina ngizalwa uMandela vele sejele. Oliver Tambo vele besekabalekile. Adli Donna Mani le eLondon. ELondon. Ungathi use-exile use-London mara. Uyafana nomuntu ose-Hollywood nase-Las Vegas. You can't go to Las Vegas and claim that we are in exile. Like I've heard some of the guys, umuntu wakhona usukile la wayocula njengolebo Mosbanban, but bebase-exile. Umangali ukuthi bebagijimiswa ubandla oBrahim Masikela. Nobody was chasing them here. They just left, for greener pastures. Yasazomire Makeba thina abantu who were vocal overseas, oletambulo babe vocal, but no, I'm aligning with these guys. But anyway, this country, I think that it needs to break down completely. The elections. You can't reform a corrupt system. You can't.